Hello my friends and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In yesterday's video we spent pretty much our entire time only talking to Liliana and Varric, and I think that was pretty much it. In today's video I'm going to try and make a small goal because I keep missing my big goals because things take way longer than I expect them to. So in today's video I want to go into the apothecary and talk to him and learn all about potions and stuff, and then talk to Solus and make it to the outside of the gates. That's it. That's all I want to do today. So two very small goals. Cross fingers we can actually do them. Before I get started though, of course, I did spend some quality time going through the Codex entries. A few things I found interesting. I'm not going to read them all, but when I was reading the entry on Divine Justinia, it says some people suspected she supported the Mage Rebellion, which I thought was interesting. Then under groups, it talks about the Royal Mages, and it's kind of their like manifesto for why they are dissolving the circles. And then also you have on the other side sort of the Templars. It's the Seekers, who I'm not sure their relationship to the Templars quite yet, but I get the feeling they're kind of on the same side, but explaining why they decided to jump ship as well. Then what was it? I think it was under Magic, Red Lyrium. It was interesting that they keep referring to somebody, but they don't say specifically who, but it's sealed with a Grey Warden seal. So I'm wondering if this lord they're referring to might be Edward. It probably isn't, but you know, let me live my fantasy where it is. And then the other things, I think there was places. I think there was the Conclave, maybe. I'm not sure where it's at, but the Conclave one was interesting. It was like Divine Justinia's like justification, like an entry from her diary, and I thought that was interesting. And the other thing that was also I found funny was this entry on notorious raider trash, because it's by Isabella. It just talks about the different kinds of raiders and things like that. So just some funny codex entries. There's a lot of them, so it took a while to catch up, but I'm sure I retained absolutely none of that information. But again, I'm just going to say but one more time, and now we're going to get started. So we're going to head into the apothecary. Let's loot this bag real quick. Plaid weave. Oh my gosh, it's one of those days. Okay. Oh, the apothecary. Find recipes through exploration or by visiting merchants. Visit an apothecary with herbs you gather in the wilderness to upgrade potions. Use the equip station to assign different potions to each of your party members. Oh. And to replenish the potions you are carrying, use the upgrade station to unlock permanent upgrades to your potions. Well, that's interesting. Hello.
Segret told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segret he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon.
I think Segret was one of the merchants that, what was the bartender's name? Felissa mentioned in yesterday's video. And we have, let's read, patient observations day 2. Pulse normal, breathing normal, still unresponsive, careful drop feed of prep. No. Alfred extract to hasten his recovery. A lot of thrashing, mutters about too many eyes. Something about the gray. Encouraging? I don't know. I don't think so. Rugged schematic. Getting the feeling I'm going to have to make a lot of stuff. Like, it's not like crafting from Dragon Age where you find a resource once and you just go somewhere and buy it. Maybe I just go somewhere and buy it, but I have to have lots of resources. Anyway, let's talk to Adon. I think Felissa said Adon.
Look who's back from the dead. Again. I shouldn't be surprised. You Oxmen are tough as old leather.
We've met. I'm assuming he's the guy who treated us, since we found a note in his cabin. I was going to say shack, but that sounds so mean. Cabin?
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
Thank you. I've had better days. We're not done yet. We'll try to be funny because we'll just say thank you. He seems really snarky.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
It's still early days with the sound. I'm trying to fix it when I edit the videos, but it may go up and down a little bit, but what am I going to do? Until I find the perfect settings, that's just how it is a little bit. Let's investigate. You're a bit cranky.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
I guess it's like asking a pharmacist to be a doctor, right? Probably doesn't really work out that so well. Well, how are things?
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
That was fast. Do you need any help?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajan's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Okay, that's random. I guess it's something I need to go find. How do I order potions?
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
Oh, I did get a new quest. Passing notes. Let's go to our quest log. Haven, I guess? Oh, mixing potions. A recovered recipe can be used to mix a potion at a loadout station. There, the potion can also be equipped or replenished. Potion loadout stations are found in Inquisition's base of operations or at any claimed camp. Okay, and then the apothecary mentioned that his master Tajan was working on something special before he died at the Conclave. So I need to go find his notes. Lovely. So is this the loadout station? Potion assignments and replenishment. You can equip a potion for each party member. You must also replenish the potions. Click a slot at the bottom right to replenish. So I guess I just have Regeneration Potion. So that equipped, and then I click on it. Oh, I see. And then this is similar to I leveled up, I went through my inventory and also leveled up my companions, and this setup is a little similar. So I guess, well, let's give Cassandra one of these. I feel like she'll need it more than me. Can I unequip this? I can't unequip it. Okay, well, whatever, it's fine.
Perhaps another time.
Oh, quest is complete. How easy. So, upgrade potions, maybe. You can upgrade your potions you've already unlocked. To upgrade a potion, select a category. So I have tonics, enhance resistance or augment combat and grenades. Nice. Although I'm a mage, I probably don't need grenades anymore. Oh, that's nice. Well, I don't have enough elf root, of course. But 27, oh my goodness. Regeneration Potion, there's increased duration, healing, life ward. Oh my goodness, that's so many unknown potions. How many, sorry, we're gonna have to take a moment. Unknown tonics. How many bombs and grenades? Grenades, not bombs. Okay, that's I feel the need to go farm and collect things. So we'll see how that goes. It's gonna be bad for me because I'm very OCD, where I want to get all the stuff, and it's just a matter then of me collecting it all. Well, let's go into, I'm guessing, Solas's house, cabin, before we talk to him. Okay, that was Really easy. Let's save and talk to Solus.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
I hope to be a hero. I feel like that's not really the way Theron's gonna talk. I'm still not quite. We're gonna just have to figure out his personality on the fly, like I always do. I'm not a hero. Sounds dashing. We'll go with sounds dashing. That sounds like it might be fun.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
Oh,
I would
no.
have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
Oh, I don't know. A smart and happy hero? Unstoppable? A good one? I don't like any of these options. Well, let's ask our question first. You study ancient ruins.
What do you mean ruins in battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
So is he, like, what was it they called Fainreal? A dreamer? Like he can go wandering around the Fade in his dreams, but instead of visiting girls, he visits battlefields? That's okay, dude, whatever. How can you sleep there? Is that like my follow-up question? Yes, it is.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
Yeah.
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
That does sound dangerous, but I'm more impressed than anything.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning.
No.
The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay then. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Fair enough, because I was halfway through that sentence, I was like, yeah, that's just like me. Oh, wait, you're right. I do have this funny thing on my hand. Your fears don't matter. No. Again, we have bigger problems, right?
The giant hole in the sky trumps any other concerns. We can worry about the rest later.
Yes. Who can say what this world will look like when we are done fighting for it? But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
I guess. I mean, are they really my only two options? I don't really want to go with either. Okay, let's talk to him again.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
So he thinks something, not someone, did it? Or maybe a combination of something and someone, so you think it survived?
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
Okay, that's really obsessive over something. But all right, I'm sure it'll turn up. It's not that big. It isn't a priority, but I'm sure it's likely going to turn up.
Anything with that kind of power is bound to show up sooner or later.
There you go.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Oh, of course. I have lots of questions, no doubt. Well, I guess you can tell me about the Fade. He's kind of boring when he talks about it. At least he was in the last conversation. But let's ask it anyway.
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal, from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
Okay. Well, tell me about the breach. I mean, he did come to investigate it, so I'm assuming he's done some sort of study, so more information would actually be useful.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster in an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, tell me about the veil.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade, but according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
I don't know if that would be okay. So it does sound dangerous. It doesn't really sound marvelous. It does sound kind of strange, though.
I don't know if I can imagine that.
Try. Imagine if spirits were not a rarity, but a part of our natural world. Like a fast-flowing river. Yes, it can drown careless children, but it can also carry a merchant's goods or grind a miller's flour. That is what the world could be if the veil were not present. For better or worse.
Oh, well, but what if there's more drowning rivers than helpful grinders of flour? Okay. Tell me about demons.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
I don't believe that. Can we change it? I don't care. I don't like any of those options. I'll go with the first one. Can we change that? It's not really where I want to go with this, but I really don't like the last two.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active confrontation?
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
All right, tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
I respect you. I don't know him. Do I need a reason? Obviously, he wants one. And, well, I must know I can trust you. That's kind of all I've got.
You're an elven mage. Not from the Circle, not Dalish. You're an unknown element. If I'm to trust a self-taught apostate with my life, I need to know more about him.
I don't see myself as self-taught. But then, since I have not told you, you'd have no way of knowing that. All right. What can I tell you?
Lots of things. That was actually a good... I'm finding the shortened questions a little tricky to figure out. It's fine. I'm sure I'll get better at it. Well, why study the Fade?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Yeah, it does sound dangerous. What if you... I don't know if it's like you can go there. Well, apparently Theron went there, but it sounds dangerous to live more in your dreams than in reality.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
Or
No
that.
more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
It does kind of sound cool, though, being a dreamer, being able, especially like with Solus's perspective, you know, not just, again, Fainreal, the only thing we know about him is that he visited girls and got tempted by lots of demons. But if you could travel and see the past, it seems like, and control it, it's kind of cool, right? Well, clearly you woke up.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Makes sense. You can't just stay in one place and go and visit the Fade on the other side of the planet, country, whatever. Is that why you're here?
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroy the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
Practical person. I do appreciate that. Well, I hope that works out. Again, I'm not sure what we're referring to, but we'll just go with it.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
Well, where have you studied?
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers. The best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Which battlefields?
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signaled fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Caelan's forces.
Well, tell Theron what happened, because I know what happened. I was there.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Caelan fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
So is it like reflecting each different, like, Logain's perspective versus, like, Caelan's perspective versus Duncan's perspective? Interesting. Do you work with anyone?
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
Wisdom and purpose.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
Yes, those are demon names.
You're saying that you became friends with pride and desire demons?
Oh, no.
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's kind of something that, you know, looking back at Dragon Age Origins with Wynn's possession versus Dragon Age 2 with Anders' possessions, two totally different outcomes. You know, Wynn in her hippy-dippy self was peace with, what was her spirit's name? Compassion? That was the one, right? And versus Anders with justice and vengeance. It just became a whole hot mess. But can they be your friends? I don't know if it's like being friends with a person.
You trust these spirits not to possess you the first time you accidentally make a wish?
Do you trust your friends not to turn on you?
Well, yes, but they're people.
Ah, of course.
You know what I mean.
Are people only people because they are flesh and blood? Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Well, you need a body to be real. I mean, sort of. But, yes, spirits are people. I wouldn't go that far. Spirits like free will. They do, don't they? If there's supposed to be wisdom, there's... Well, no. You know what? I'm not going to argue this because I don't know which one of these I want to pick.
I'm certain you have some rhetorical trick ready to counter anything I say.
It's likely. I've had a lot of time to discuss the question with people. Or spirits, if you prefer.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Well, that was everything with Solus. Let's save. It was interesting. He's kind of, I don't know, bookish, book smartish kind of guy. I was while we were talking to him, I was trying to think if I've ever met.
Have you heard about the refugees out in the hinterlands near Redcliffe?
Hard going. The mages and the Templars put a lot of people out of their homes.
At least Mother Giselle is there to help.
I'd think food and clothing would help more than prayers.
Oh, don't be practical. Why would you say something so foolish, obviously? As I was saying, I don't feel like we've met an elf like Solus before. You know, one with as much, I don't know, I don't want to say learning because I feel like it sounds ignorant, but he seems extremely knowledgeable about lots of things, and it's, I don't know, good. But let's go over here. We're almost to the gates. I don't know if we're going to get out of there
I spoke
today.
with Commander Cullen. I apologize for what I said earlier.
It's nothing. Now, Scout Pallane, what can you tell me of Redcliffe?
The mages have been quiet since their attack on the Conclave.
Their attack? Do you have information confirming that the mages were responsible?
Well, I had assumed.
Don't. Our job is to acquire actionable information. Assumptions can lead you to overlook something vital.
I like these conversations I'm just sort of stumbling upon. I don't know if we're going to get out of the gates today, but I'm going to try. I'm going to really try. We came in here before, right? Because this is the cabin, my cabin. Theron's cabin, not my cabin. I'm not actually there. Special shipments. Nothing. I did equip my fancy dragon staff thing. I couldn't bring myself to put on the armor, though.
Could that great breach not have been caused by the mages?
It is reasonable to believe that magic was involved, but we cannot assume it was the rebels. How many powerful mages died at the Conclave, Scout Pallane? How would those deaths benefit the rebels?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Good. Now you're thinking. That's a start.
What's your name, anyway?
You may call me Charter, Scout Pallane. Now lower your voice. Your report is not for the world at large.
Oh, I like these two. They are so cool. Or she's very feisty. I like it.
Blissa wants to know if you have anything that can make cavern food taste a little more exotic.
If I had something with that kind of power, I'd be retired and living like Empress Celine.
Oh, it's Sacred, the merchant, because I'm guessing the little wagon symbol is merchant. Yep, okay. Well, let's talk to him.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
Well, I don't like you already calling people knife ears. But we'll ask our questions, such as...
What do you think I'll be doing exactly?
Word's already spreading that if anyone can close that blighted thing in the sky, it's you. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
Well, why have you staved in this dangerous area?
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
Right?
The kind with nowhere else to go. Those blasted demons destroy most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
Well, how is the mood here?
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. Of course, we're all getting used to, well, you as our last best hope. Nothing personal.
Yeah, I'd like to buy something.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Oh, I don't talk to you? That's excellent. Alright, well, let me go shopping. Alright, nothing super exciting. At least I don't think so. I bought a couple schematics, but they were super cheap, so I bought a few schematics. But let's go over here. It looks like they're building catapults, maybe?
I don't see why we need to build siege equipment. We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, Recruit. But if someone comes to lay siege to us, perhaps it will be best for us to have some means to fight back.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Oh, that's great. It's like they have a ton of like, well, dummy. Oh. Siege equipment in Thetis. Oh, and I leveled. Holy crap, I leveled. That's loud. Oh, a cool blue. I'm not a rogue, but it's really nice. Oh, I can do something. Hang on. We're gonna... Whoa. Look at that. Yep, it's fun. That is crazy. Oh, and there's a blue one. Oh, I like the blue one too, but Constitution crit damage versus just crit damage. Oh, we'll just go with the blue one right now. That is so cool. I know I can go and toggle off helmets, but we're gonna go with the painted face because it's just really different. I'm kind of glad I picked a Canary. Oh, did I not loot you? Oh, okay. Come on. Let's loot, and then we're gonna run back to the gates because we're gonna get to the gates today.
Who are we fighting anyway, sir? I've heard it was mages, demons. No one really knows.
That's the Maker's truth. All you need to know is that we're holding this place against whoever comes to take it.
His big yellow face. It's awesome. I don't care. Oh wait, there was a pathway here. Oh, we're gonna go a little over today, but it'll be fine. Did I not pick up something? What's over here? We gotta pick up all the books. Construction orders. Okay, I'll read that later. I think I'm gonna have to go with the same sort of situation as I did in the last couple games if it's not quest related. Maybe not read it, especially to start with, because there's just so many of them. But okay, we're gonna get to the gate. I just want to do these 2 things today. Well, 3 things, I guess.
Master Harry said we weren't to sell Inquisition blades.
What Harry doesn't know won't hurt him.
You're really like you guys have anything else to say?
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts.
Okay, that was it. All right, we're at the gates. I just want to go out and see what it looks like on the outside.
Kneel, for I walk only where you.
I've got soldiers and.
Only in places you have blessed.
All right, thank you.
Sing only the words you place in my throat.
Thank you. Are you done now? Thank you. Well, I've got soldiers over there and more things over there to look at and a whole world to explore. But we're gonna have to do it tomorrow because I'm at time again for today. But my yellow face and I love it. I love the Vitar. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to go back inside away from him. Anyway, I'm very poorly saying that I am going to end here today. Thank you, as always, so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Dragon Age Inquisition video.